Buongiorno! Just finished this week's episode of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind.
Now, normally we're the type who read the manga first, but we wanted that golden experience.
Subscribe and tune in every week to see our reactions.
And so this week we had episode 3. We met the man behind the wall, Polpo. And
He was quite pulp to...
Man is a generous word for what he is.
Several men. I really like
the
tension built up to getting to him. I mean, the episode starts, we kind of got the recap, but then we are like shown the prison, told he's
Get that pat down.
big deal, and even the security guards are like, yeah, you don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, I like they had that moment where he like looked at their machine guns. And I feel like that's kind of like a harbinger for what's coming this series. Like, no, this is the season where like the JoJo crew has to deal with guns, like being a thing.
Yeah,
you can't be a gangster
exactly,
without firearms.
It's true.
Yeah, so as far as immediate visceral reactions to obese Pinhead, I mean...
He was a mosquito. Let's be real.
He's a monster unlike anything we've seen in the JoJo world so far. We saw the Pillarmen. They were weird, right?
I love the Pillarmen.
In part 4, we got that... Remember that guy who had like the stands that were the little stingers?
Yeah.
And he was a small, fat, like round, pinheaded version of the thing. He was scary. But Polpo is on like a whole other level.
Bizarre and I think it's he completely was, especially you were saying, the voice.
Yeah, no, there was like an echoey low tone to his voice every time he spoke that I was literally in the chair like in a ball like this. I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. It was just so like scratchy and my skin was crawling.
They gave him those black scalias.
It gave me just that absolute like, I don't want to be anywhere near the room.
We're so used to seeing stands be weird and crazy, right? That seeing a human with like such a intimidating presence, it makes us like even in the JoJo world, we've seen all these crazy stands, but seeing a person that looks like that to us is like, this is different. This is weird.
Yeah,
what's going on
the
here?
best part is he's initially a bed. And he transforms.
What is it? We literally said, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind living in this
Italian
Italian buck. This is a nice jail room. Like, got like little fridge out. Got my wine and crackers. Easy.
Giorno immediately mentions like, how did he even get into? He's 100% like, this is weird. How did this even happen? I'm not cool. Dropping those dollars though, just like BTW.
Yeah, but did you know like a Giorno skill thing there?
You know that cutie back there patting me down? Boom!
And like one thing I also noticed is he said something along the lines of like he seemed to be worse that he was here, like in the cell, because they were saying it's like am I wrong? He said something along the lines of like him being in there was like just as dangerous as him being out.
Exactly. What he said was
it's not a barrier to his danger.
It wouldn't have mattered. The presence that he's sort of like exuding would be felt if he was in any normal room.
That glass is almost like false sense of security, right? Like, it makes it seem scarier because he's putting up like a front.
Yeah, and the minute you like left his presence, it's not something you forgot. Yeah, I feel like.
I just love how Giorno just kind of looked at this guy and he was like, I wonder if he has the same power like I have. And I'm like, do you see what this guy looks like, Giorno?
I love the thing too, the fire trick we like noticed too is like, this would have been so easy for Bruno.
Oh, it's just like, this was kind of a hole-in-one for him. I'm just going to put it in another dimension and then just take it out. I'm going to eat. Like,
I don't even need to think about it again. Zip.
There's even oxygen there. But yeah, what is it? The stand, I should say. The lighter, when we saw lighter, immediately I was like, that's a stand.
Yeah, I saw the eyes. That's the stand. It's looking.
And I guess it wasn't, or...
It's got some kind of trap on it, absolutely. So like we'll skip over Koichi for now. So yeah, the stand activation, the stand appeared and it went after the old guy who got it. So obviously there was some kind of trap on the lighter. I thought Giorno got out of it because he wasn't the one who physically did it.
That's what I was thinking.
But then they kind of do a twist where he steps into the shadow and then like he's like zeroed in on.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure what the rule is there though.
I also really like the tension brought up there by the statement of like chosen ability. What is he talking about? Does he mean gang members? We are still with a character.
Giorno doesn't know about stands or the arrow at all.
So we're going to get another. That's the best part. Every time the arrow and stands get explained, it's from a different angle, it's from a different person, and we're slowly, as the viewer, becoming the most literate about stands.
And that's that's obviously where the Koichi connection is going to roll in, right? Because Koichi has all of that.
Okay, but like, yeah, can we talk about the little devil for a second? Get out of this part! This isn't your season, Koichi!
No, he just literally just ups and barges into Giorno's just dorm room, and he's like, man, I know this guy still has my passport. And Giorno literally said, that was the first thing I sold, man. And I'm like, why are you still hooked on your passport? It's gone, man.
But he didn't sell it.
Exactly, because he's a liar.
I did like the snake that was crazy. It was just a whole nother,
the snake that was just like, this bread is really yummy. Ow, that hurts.
The first thing I thought was like, oh, so now he can just control a life that he has. But then he says, he puts the bullshit writing in of like, oh, he got the bread because it was tasty, because snakes eat bread.
And like he said, he did the thing with the frog too, remember, where he was like, oh, it's not quite used to me yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then the snake reacts to the flame like, oh, like, nope, not happening. So it is going to be...
There's a complex process obviously involved.
Exactly.
I think we're going to get a lot of complex processes, seeing how the, hatted, cloaked arrow wheels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, oh no, just the the frog shot of death to choose people. And hey, I appreciate, very nice of him taking the soul out first,
and then
not even
killing the human.
Not even messing
really
with the body. It's cute.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Good for burial.
It was an arrow, but they didn't shoot it. It is like a spear almost more.
A soul spear. Yeah. So they're really trying to push this new idea of what the arrow is, because we were always like, oh no, it has to like wound you, but I guess it's just all about the,
it stabbed
somebody, exactly.
Well, we thought of the arrow as separate from what stand, like the arrow is physical, always in our understanding.
But in this
case, is a stand that has the arrow that's not, stands are non-physical.
Exactly.
So like, what are the rules here?
Is it actually holding it like a zipper thing? Like
is it or like Bombcat? Like
exactly.
Is it
what
just
are
a
we
container?
Doing? What's happening
here? Us getting another perspective again of the stand as well, and him learning about it as well, and as us learning about it from a different dimension.
Yeah.
my biggest folly. I laughed at myself so hard. I was like, oh, why? They're not gonna actually go through 24 hours of time.
No.
Like, we're gonna run into problems immediately.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if it was gonna be like an old Italian thing where the old man was sent or like was in on it, like trying to like do
I honestly
stuff.
thought the old man was the stand.
Yeah,
So he was just like, oh, did I do that?
Old
I'm sorry.
It was like Stan Lee's cameo.
Yeah.
But I love that it's like no, it's even more. I couldn't guess it, which is bizarre. It's exactly what we want out of JoJo.
It is a school of fish, and they're all red herrings.
Yep.
And we can't breathe underwater.
Exactly.
And then an arrow shoots us in our soul. So that's where we are right now, and we're so excited because this is not going to be a battle episode. Next episode is going to be more intrigue.
Yeah,
this doesn't
which I like.
Yeah, like this does not seem like a physical opponent. Also, Koichi's not far away. He's going to jump in here.
What did you say? You're just like, if Koichi doesn't see all that's going on outside, I'll be so pissed.
Koichi's like opening the door while all of this went down, like just like what?
After 3.
God, he would be the one though, right? Like 3 frees the goddamn thing, right?
Maybe they start a relationship.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's true.
Okay, well, what did you guys think of this week's episode? Let us know.
Comments down below.
Yeah, and check us out next week where we keep going.